What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and today I have a replay of a match that I just played. Let's first of all show the deck off. This is the deck that I'm going to be playing. I have tweaked it a little bit. Playing double Wing Blast and one Regeki Break, triple Solemn, triple Jar of Greed, no Mirror Force, no Torrential. Just not doing it. Also, no Book of Moon. Just testing it. Double Fate instead of the triple Fate. Double Spy, which is clutch. Double Deco. Double Night Assailant. Double Chaos Sork. Double Knock. Double Upstart. Side deck is pretty good. It's got, if I know I'm going first, I can board into the Torrential. I could board into Mirror Force for the Warriors and the Sakus. I could board Mobius for Warriors. I could board Berserk Gorilla. I can board Death Wombat for the burn, King Tiger for the Panda burn, perhaps, if I wanted to. Mobius, Mind Control and Kaiku for the mirror. Mystic Walk is for the Panda burn or burn. So, yeah, pretty okay stuff here. Then we are going to show the rankings. I'm in third. Okay, 1475. I'm almost to 1500. Never really been this high. I've never got over like 1200 or maybe 1300 one time, but I'm doing actually pretty well. So we're going to go to the duel records here, and we're going to show the replay that I just played against this zombie deck. So let's see. And it is Dicepod. Alright. As you can tell, I have won 7 in a row with this deck. Very nice. So, let's see what happens. I throw paper, he throws paper. I throw paper, he throws scissors. So he gets to go first. Alright, that's a clutch start for him, getting to go first. Must be nice. He opens Book of Life, Morphing Jar, Dust Tornado, Graceful, Spirit Reaper, and Thunder Dragon. So really nice opening there. Playing the Thunder Dragons in the zombie deck. Pretty decent, I guess. It works out. I mean, Thunder Dragon, you can just splash it in a lot of decks with hope to open like this, and you'll be good. So he draws Vampire Lord, Knock, and another Spirit Reaper. So he's probably going to discard Thunder Dragons, which he does. He sets a Spirit Reaper, sets a Dust Tornado, and passes. I draw into Night Assailant. I have Night Assailant, Knock, Singin, Double Jar of Greed, and Spy. So I decide to just knock. Should have probably just ran this Singin out here, but instead I set Spy, set Jar of Greed, and pass. He in-phase Dust Tornadoes it. So he's going to get one of the jars. He draws MST for turn. He snap MSTs me, which is nice because I can now Jar of Greed. I draw into Upstart. But he has the combo. He has the knock. Gonna get rid of my spies, and he's going to summon Spirit Reaper and hit me for 300 and discard my Upstart Goblin, what I just drew. So this is not ideal. He's up quite a bit right now. I draw an MST, which is a pretty dead draw. So I decide to set the Night Assailant and set the MST and pass. He draws into Mirror Force. So now he's going to tribute his Spirit Reaper for Vampire Lord. And this sucks as well because now I have to destroy the Vampire Lord. It's just going to come back. Then he sets Mirror Force and passes. I in-phase MST it. I draw into Tsukiyomi, which is pretty dead. Can't really do much. I set the Sangin and just pass. He draws into Dust Tornado, gets the Vampire Lord back. And he decides to Book of Life and get the Spirit Reaper back. Banishing my Night Assailant. Hits into my Sangin. I go ahead and search Sinister, trying to stay alive here. He hits me for 300, and he picks the Sinister, so that's really good. But still, I have no follow-up or anything. He sets the Dust Tornado and passes. I draw into Night Assailant. I get the Serpent back. I set the Night Assailant and pass. He top decks another knock right off the top. Must be nice. Just knocks my shit. Okay, that's gone. Hits me for 2300. Calls Spell. Again, or Trap, I guess we call it Trap. And then he hits my Serpent again here. Spoiler alert. That's gone. I draw on the BLS, which is pretty bad because I have no light in the graveyard, so I can't really do anything. I set the Tsukuyomi and pass. He draws into exile, so the man's got everything. He exiles, pops my Tsukuyomi, hits me for 23 again. And for the third time, he hits my Serpent again, which is nice. So he's hit my Serpent 3 times, but I draw on the Solemn Judgment. I get my Serpent back. I set the Judgment, set the Sinister. He in-phase Dust Tornadoes it. And I just scoop. I've had enough. I'm like, there's just no way I can come back from that shit. Just wasn't happening. So on to game 2, I board in, I think, a Kaiku and the Mirror Force, I want to say. Maybe something else, but... So we open, not so great. Heavy, Chaos Sword, Sinister, Thunder Dragon, Tribe, and MST. So we're going to have to really use our skills to get out of this hand because it's pretty trash. So I decided to just set the Sinister and set the MST and pass. He has Sinister, Tribe, Creature Swap, Pyramid Turtle, Jargreed, and Exiled Force. So he decides to just run Exiled out. That's really good for me because now he just goes neg. I in-phase, hit the Jar, which is nice as well. Standby phase. I get the Serpent back. And decide just to set Spy and just pass. So he decides to run Pyramid Turtle out. And he thinks that it's Sinister, but it is Spy. So gotcha. And I get another Spy. He takes the 800. And he just passes. I draw into Berserkerilla. I am Berserkerilla. And I decide just to tribute the Spy for Thunder Dragon. And I decide just to banish this Pyramid Turtle. The reason why I do this is because Book of Life. I don't really want him to get it back with Book of Life. And this way I can banish the whole graveyard. And I banish his Pyramid Turtle. So I hit him for the 16. I do not switch the Spy to attack mode. And I just pass. He draws into Morphing Jar. Okay, that's nice. He's going to think for a minute here, and he decides to just run this Tribe out here and call Spellcasters, throw out Sinister, and then just crash with Thunder Dragon and pass. I draw on the Deco, which is nice, I guess, kind of. I set the Deco and pass. He draws into another Creature Swap, so I should have definitely set Sinister here. My phone's going off like crazy. He summons Sinister and Creature Swaps and gets a Deco, so that really sucked right there. I draw into Pot of Greed, which is really nice. I draw Card Destruction and Sanguine. Okay, so now I decide just to run Berserkerilla out and just hit. He draws into a dead Book of Life, which is really nice. And I hit him for 300. And I just pass. He draws into Mirror Force. So he's going to Snatch Steal my Berserkerilla here. Hit me for the 1700. Set Morphing Jar, set Book of Life, and set Mirror Force and pass. I draw into Duo. So for some reason I thought he had Morphing Jar here. So we're going to play Heavy Storm here. It's a pretty smart play here. Get this back, and I decide to set the card key, set the Duo, and run Tribe out. Hit over the Morphing Jar. It is the Morphing Jar, which is nice. He draws into Breaker, Pyramid Turtle, Sanguine, Heavy, and Premature. I draw Double Knock, Breaker, Ring, and Tsukuyomi. And then I hit him for 2k in main phase 2. I use the Duo. And I pick the middle one. And he throws out the Sanguine. And he discards Pyramid Turtle. I set Ring and just pass. He draws into Duo. He gets the Serpent back. He fires Heavy Storm. And I decide just to ring my Tribe. Not really sure why I did this. But it's fine. I just decided to do it. Just to get his life points down some. And I figured it was just the right play to do at the time. So now he's going to... I wish I wouldn't have done that because I would have had another wall, but it's fine. Probably not like the most ideal play. So then he Premature Burials, targeting his Tribe, discards the Sinister, popping my Berserkerilla, and summoning the Breaker and just swinging for 3,500, putting me pretty low here to 1,200, and he just passes. I draw into Graceful, which is really nice, so okay. I decide to fire Graceful Charity. I draw Jargreed, Solemn, and Wing Blast. I discard the Sinister, discard the Knock. And I decide just to run Breaker out and swing over the Tribe. Really my only play I could do. He takes the 300, putting him at 600. I set 4 and pass. He draws into BLS. which is not live because he has no life. So this, or no, actually it is live. No, it's not. He has no light. Okay, so now he's going to use Breaker here. And he's going to pick the Jar of Greed, which is nice. I got to step backwards. I don't ever seen that before, but alright, that's something new. He switches his Breaker, sets the Sinister, and just passes. Doesn't want to bluff the duo. I draw Upstart, and that is the game, because I have Knock for the face down, and he just scoops, because he knows I have a monster. So we're going on to game 3. Let's see what happens game 3. He gets to go first, so he opens Vampire Lord, Creature Swap, Jar of Greed, Ring, Tribute to the Doom, and Snatch Steal. He sets Ring and Jar and passes. I got Snatch, Sinister, Kaiku, Spy, Knock, and Deco. So I decide just to set Sinister and pass. He draws Book of Life, he Jar of Greeds into another Creature Swap. Okay, he swapped up over here, and he just passes. I draw into Graceful, so now I wish I would have not set the shit. I set the Spy and just pass. He draws into BLS, so now he's going to activate Tribute to the Doom to pop my Spy. Then he's going to Book of Life, banish my Spy, get his Vampire Lord back, which is nice. I like that. And he's going to hit my Sinister, which is nice as well, because now I can play Graceful. I draw into a Faith. I get the Sinister back. I decide to fire Graceful. He says okay. I draw Sangan, Solum, and Chaos Orc. I discard Sinister and discard Deco. I fire the Snatch Steal. He says okay. Then I hit him for the 2K. He does not ring. I call Spell. And he throws out Premature Burial. And I decide to set Solum, set Faith, and just pass. He draws into Pyramid Turtle. He gains 1,000 here. I don't know why he didn't play like he's supposed to play this hand. Like, he could have just Snatch Stealed my shit, summoned Turtle. Like, this is just wild to me. He just sets Turtle and passes, I think. Yeah, he doesn't Snatch Steal my shit. Like, I don't know what he was thinking there. He could have just snatched my shit, swap, get my Faith. Like, shit would have been on like Donkey Kong. Instead, I flip Faith, get the Graceful back, and he just scoops. Like, he had the heat in his hand. I don't know why he didn't do that shit. That was crazy. But that